camper.
Well, I was paddling in northern Scotland last year with my family, and I came home with this, the Kelly Kettle. It's made in Ireland. It's used all over the UK and in Germany. It was, I think, invented in the 1890s by some guy named Kelly. What it is, it's basically a stick stove. There's a lot of different types of stick stoves, but this thing is more effective than any stick stove I've ever tried. I just want a nice cup of tea right now because it's been a long day on the river. So forget the fire, it'd take me too long to boil water. I've got this. So that's the base. And what I do is I get a base fire going, and the water that I poured in here, this fits about probably half a liter, 2 cups of tea basically. This is one that I use by myself. This is the one that I would use with the family. I think this is called the base, base something, I don't know, base camp. And this is called the trucker. The idea behind this is the water is put in here, and the water is in a chamber around the Kelly Kettle, not on the base. So when the flame shoots up to the top, and you'll see that in a second, it heats the water around the perimeter and it boils water a lot quicker than anything else I've ever seen. Yeah, you've got the cork in here to keep the water in. Once it starts heating up, do not put this cork back on it or it'll fly off and hit you in the eye. And the nice thing about this is that you just get debris off the forest floor like this. And it's these 2 little vent holes. Make sure it's where the breeze is coming through so you can get some ventilation going through, oxygen to the flames. Woo, starting already. All right, once you get a little fire going in here, little sticks, and you put this on like so, and then I start feeding the sticks through the top like this. Now the dangerous part is you don't put your hand over there because that's really hot. So you can actually cook on this thing too. You put this thing on top with a pot on top of it like this. You can cook your dinner. Now see the flame going up? This is amazing. So what I did in Scotland is there's heather all over the place, this bush. And you put it in there, it burns like birch bark. It's really oily. I think I've boiled water in less than a minute in this thing. So it's pretty darn quick. I'm not wearing a watch this trip. I don't like wearing a watch on a trip. I don't really care what time it is. All right, here we go. So we got a good fire going. That's amazing. It is bulky to take on a trip, especially this one here. I wouldn't say this is bulky. So that's the only disadvantage. You can get aluminum to lighten the weight a bit. This is stainless steel. I like stainless steel better. I don't find them that very heavy. This thing works. It's environmental. All I'm really doing is taking debris from the forest that's going to combust into soil anyway, and using that. And I'm not using much of it at all. And it reminds me of my time in Scotland. It's an amazing place to paddle. What's really neat about it though is that they were jealous of me living in Canada, and they were jealous of what I have here. I mean, right back in my backyard, I've got the Land O'Lakes to go and paddling and hiking at. And if I can ever afford to go back to Scotland or Ireland or whatever, I got my Kelly Kettle to remind me of the times I had. There, we got a boil going right now. I didn't time that, but that was less than a minute for sure. Here's the trick. Make sure you wear these gloves. You don't have to, but I'm pretty klutzy. You pull the cork away, and you don't put your hand on top. You actually pull it out like this. Woo! Like that. And then pour your tea like this. And then what you could do with this little fire, if you wanted, there's a grill that comes with it, and you put the grill on top and cook even your dinner on top of that if you wanted. Or just enjoy a little fire where you're having a cup of tea. Well, here's to you. It's a Kelly Kettle and a cup of tea. Oh, that's hot. I just burned my tongue.
Happy camper.